Hi guys, so I'm doing a video today and I'm trying out some new products I got. I'm going to be trying out this. It's from e.l.f. It is like a lip balm and it's supposed to be tinted and it's peach. I forgot that I got this one, and it's Milani and it's peach. And again, it's a tinted lip balm, which I thought was funny. Well, this one's a tinted lip balm, this one's just a lip balm, but it definitely has color to it. But yeah, these are the two items. Then I got this Milani Foundation. I've never used any Milani products, so I'm really excited to try them out and see if I like them. But I wanted to do a video like of some just new stuff I got. So I got this really cool, like, vintage, I'm not sure how old it is. I got it from a garage sale, but it's like this mirror. It's like a vanity, and it has mirrors, and you open it, and there's a mirror. Sorry if it's a little dirty. I haven't gotten the chance to really clean it, but it's like a mirror, and then these are lights, and like this flips around. It has a magnifying side and a regular side, and it's really cute. But these lights are cool. When you like rotate this thing, I don't know if you can see it. It switches the color of the light, and it's like spinning the light. It also has a power button to turn on, and it also has an outlet plug to plug stuff into. It does work. It's never been used, so I'm really excited to test this. But yeah, this is what it looks like, and then it opens in the mirror, and then it has like this kickstand in the back to put it up. I also got another product that's never been used. This is Mary Kay, and it's basically this thing, and it comes with like, I haven't used any of these yet. Hang on. Let me put it back. It's basically like this travel pack for Mary Kay, and it's a mirror. Oh, I had it upside down. And you pull it out, and this is the mirror. Sorry, it's a little dirty. Like I said, I haven't cleaned these yet. And then this is what it looks like, and you can like store things in here with your mirror. But also it's like a mixing palette. And yeah, so you can like use this as like foundation, where you mix your foundation or concealers or whatever you want to mix. And one side of the mirror magnifying, the other one is normal. I just don't have anywhere to put the big one yet, so I don't have it set up yet. But this little one I have sitting on my dresser. But yeah, let's get into this. I'm going to prime my face first with the e.l.f. Putty Primer. This is my favorite primer. I know a lot of people say that you don't need primer for makeup, but I truly believe there's a primer out there for everyone. This one does wonders for me. It really fills in my pores, and my makeup just does not look the same without it. And it's really good for just plugging, well, filling your pores, not plugging your pores. And it makes you so smooth. Before I put on the foundation, I'm going to contour real quick with this LA Girl contour. I like to put my contour on before I put, I'm going to go a little high. The shade's kind of warm, so it's a little bit bronzy. on me more than a contour, but I still like to put it on. I still use it basically as contour because I didn't realize how warm the shade was, and a lot of the time when you go darker in drugstore cosmetics or in a lot of like for darker skin complexions, it's warm, or if like, or it goes like too gray. So this is what I just use. I'm gonna put a little bit more on. Because I want this to shine through my makeup. So this is supposed to be like, I believe like, sorry, more like light coverage. So I've been liking that. It's a pump. So I'm gonna squirt it onto my makeup tray over here. I was squirting it beforehand just to get the pump working. I'm only doing one squirt and see how much that takes me. I'm gonna pick it up on my foundation brush. I'm just getting a little bit on there, and I'm gonna blend it out. Now, I saw someone said this doesn't have a scent, but to me, it kind of smells like the Wet n Wild one. Not as strong, but it has like that similar like paint thinner smell. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I feel like it definitely has that smell. I think I'm gonna need maybe one more pump, just so I can get my neck and make sure my redness is covered. So I would say about 3 pumps. But this is also depending on how you like your coverage. If you like full coverage, you might want to do more than 3 pumps. If you like lighter coverage, you might want to stick to 2. I like somewhere in between. I like to cover my redness a little bit, but everywhere else I don't really care if it's more than. I'm going to conceal my under eye. This is the LA Girl, sorry, the Pro Concealer from LA Girl, right? I don't know. I think so. Yeah, LA Girl, sorry. I couldn't see it on this one because it's white, and this is like really light. I put a generous amount because I just like really highlighted areas. I also pat it out with my finger. I always feel like finger works best for if you want really good coverage under your eye. And it also just blends it out good. Sometimes afterwards, after I set it in, I will go in with a brush and just blend it a little bit more. But I usually just tap it into my skin. I'm gonna put on powder now. Sometimes I do loose powder, depends on how I'm feeling. Today I'm feeling like doing a little bit of Maybelline Fit Me powder foundation. It all depends. I just going in with a fluffy brush. I don't like to do full coverage when it comes to powder. Like, I mean heavy. I just do a light dusting of powder. But I do like this powder. It is very nice and sets the face perfectly. Now I'm gonna go in. I'm really liking how this foundation's looking though. I feel like I look really smooth and good. I'm going with the bronzer now. This is Position Formula Butter Cake. I'm going with like a lot of scented stuff. I don't know, I'm just in the mood to do scented makeup. Because like the lip oil or the lip stuff is like scented peach. And so like I thought it'd be nice to do some nice scented products. And I'm also going for like a peachy theme. So I got a lot of peach colors that I pulled out. Peach is one of my favorite colors, so it works out perfect for me. Do some peachy stuff. Also, like, peach is one of my favorite flavors, so that's why I picked the peach one. I just love peach. I'm all bronzed up. I got two different blushes, but I think I'm gonna use this one as highlighter because it's really shimmery and it's like this shimmery blush, so I'm gonna use it as highlighter because I don't really have a peach highlighter. But this is the peach blushes, and this one's vanilla peach and scented. It smells so good. And so I feel like it's kind of in theme, so I'm going like bakery / peach scents, I guess you could say. I'm gonna put on my blush. This is such a pretty color. I used to be obsessed with peach blushes, but I kind of turn into the type of girl that likes more like mauve blushes. Oops, I'll be right back. So I'm finished the blush. Sorry that my lights messed up. I don't know what's been going on with them. Sometimes they'll work completely fine, and other times I'll have a misstep. But I'm gonna use this, which is Hard Candy. It's like a baked blush, but I'm gonna use it as highlighter because it's like really, really shimmery. And like I said, I don't really have a peach highlighter, so I'm hoping this will kind of work. Oh yeah, it's showing up. You can see the glimmer. It's natural, but it's definitely showing up. Do the same thing on this side. And then I'll put a little highlight on my forehead. Oh, I didn't contour my nose. I don't know how this is gonna go over powder. I'll just use powder bronzer to be on the safe side. So it might be a little janky looking. Concealer got up here, so I'm just blending it out. Didn't realize. Now I'm gonna go in very lightly. It's a new technique I've been using. I used to not go up to the brows, but I've been liking that way it looks. I also saw this thing where people have been pinching the line inwards, and it really makes the nose look smaller, so I'm doing that. And you also blend it out always. You want to blend downwards. Another good thing to do is once you kind of have it placed, just taking a fluffy brush and rubbing it over it, and see, it makes it look so much more natural. You can't even see it really, you just see kind of the cast. And then again, you take some product. The problem is with this is it's like like that, so you kind of just rub it over top. And again, you want to go very, very careful and lightly, and then you want to bring it like into a V shape. And again, this is supposed to give the appearance of you having a smaller nose. So see, this one's a little bit harsher, but it's important once it's laid down to really try just lightly blend it with something fluffy. See, it looks so pointy and smaller. You can also, I see people do this just on the side. I don't know why. I think it's to make your nose look more pinched. So like if you have like a wide bottom, you can do that. And it gives, you see what I mean? It makes it look more pinched. Again, just using a fluffy brush to really make it more blended, gives it a more natural look to it. And then I like to take a tiny brush like this and take highlight and you just dab it on the tip of your nose to add the highlight, and then you also do a little bit on the bridge just to highlight a little bit, but you do very, very lightly. And again, that's like a really, but see how tiny it makes your nose look? I also like to do, I don't know where the brush went. Shoot. I might just be able to use this, but I'm gonna take this brush. It's tiny. I couldn't find my other brush. You take a little bit of that contour, tap it off, and you just go right underneath your lip, and it makes your lip appear more pouty. And then you can also do the sides of your lips. I don't know why, but it really does make them look bigger. And then again, you just want to take it and blend it out as much as possible. The sides are a little tricky, so just make sure you really blend them out in the bottom. And it's supposed to give you a more pouty lip. And then the other thing I do is I always highlight this part here. So you can kind of see it. It's supposed to make the illusion of your lips being bigger. I don't know if it's actually working, but that's what a lot of people say to do. And also, another thing, take a little bit of highlight and put it on your chin to highlight where you see, you know, your natural highlight, and you don't put much. I'm just gonna put one of these lip things on. I'll do a mix of both. This one is in a tube, but so you kind of have to play it with a lip brush. Let me see if I can find my lip brush. But I'll do a swatch of both of them. on my arm. The one has a lip applicator, which is nice. So let me just do a swatch of it. This one's by Elf. I believe it. No, this one is the one from Milani. I think this one is like $7. That's what it looks like. This one's supposed to be tinted. This other one here is supposed to just be a lip balm, but to me, this one's a lot thicker. That one's definitely more like a lip gloss. This one is pretty thick and hard to get out, so you gotta warm it up in your hand a little bit. It's kind of like Vaseline. It's really thick, and you can see how different the consistencies are. And this one I'm gonna blend up with a brush just so I get more even application. They're both pretty similar. This one's a little bit more pink. I feel like this one's a little bit, I don't know, they're very similar. This one has more pigment though. And that's the Elf one. I'm gonna use this one because it's more like Vaseline. And I don't know, I kind of just want it. Oh, I'll do my top lip, the other one. So this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna put it on my lip and blend it out. So see, it's like adds a really nice shine, and it's super thick. Sorry, I'm trying to talk with my mouth open is hard. Oh, alright. Alright, now I'm gonna apply this one on the top like this. So there's what they look like on the lips. They look pretty much the same. I'm just gonna blend them in. The only thing I can say is that this one to me feels like Vaseline on the lips. And so it's definitely more like just a lip balm. This one to me, I'll show you if you have this product, what it reminds me of. I'll even show a comparison to it on my hand. They feel very similar. This guy right here from Lime Crime, which is a lip gloss, it has a very similar consistency to me. Sorry, I picked up so much product. But there is it. Next to it, it feels very similar. Like, I can't really tell a difference between the two. I'm gonna be right back because I want to get this off my hand, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so let me show you a little bit better comparison of the two, because I felt like I didn't show it well enough. because this one has a lot more product on it because of the one aspect. So I'm going to wipe off as much as I can onto the bottle. But here is like a swatch. The color not similar at all, but it feels very similar. So if you have this, you would definitely like this Milani one. The only thing I can say is that it's if I had to compare it in a sense, it's definitely more pigmented, but I'd say it's a little bit more sticky, just a little bit, but they're pretty similar in consistency. Like immediately when I got the Milani one, I'm like, wow, this is very similar consistency. And the thing that's funny is that this is like my absolute go-to lip gloss. I'm obsessed with this, the scent of it, everything. And I think this one's like 10 bucks. I would have to look it up. I haven't bought one in a minute. But this is my absolute favorite one. And so if you like this, you probably will like this. Yeah, these are both not sticky glosses. Well, obviously this isn't a gloss, but it's very similar to a gloss. This one's a lot thicker. Like I said, when it comes out, you can see it's like Vaseline. But I do like it, and for the price, and it almost being the same exact color as the Milani one, I would say it's definitely worth a grab. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry with this light. But I want to come back and finish this makeup look, so stay with me. Hi guys, I'm back, and this is the Peach palette, Baby Got Peach by ColourPop. I'm going to start off with this shade, but first, I gotta put on my eye primer from Morphe. I need to buy a new one soon. This one's almost done. I don't know what eye primer to use. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know. I'm gonna go straight in to this shade. It is called Darling, and it is really light. And so this is kind of just gonna be brung all over the lid as kind of like my base for this look. It's very like neutral, and it has a little bit of a pink undertone. I mean peach, not pink. It is going to bend outwards. Just a light base. It feels nice and smooth. Put this all over this lid. Again, it's just important to just fluff it around. It doesn't have to be precise. It is just for putting a base down. Next, I'm going to go into, I think, this shade in the center. No, this one. It is called, or it's AKURR. Occur. I don't know. Occur. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. And I'm just going to start adding color into my crease. And I'm not being precise with this either. I'm focusing, doing a sweeping motion, just doing some windshield wipers. I went for very light, very pretty. I'm not doing anything too crazy. I want kind of just like a blown out color. And then I'll deepen in after. It's reading now like more orangey. And now I'm gonna go in with half baked, sorry, here. I'm taking a more precise brush, and I'm gonna start deepening this outer corner. This shade's a little powdery, so fair warning. And I'm just going to see, I'm adding more depth and smoke to this side. I'm not bringing it all the way in. I'm going about halfway in and going outwards. And now I'm going to take the shade under the eye and bring it upwards. We kind of form like a cat eye. And I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. We're gonna smoke in the shade. Along the lower. Now see, because it's a little messy, I am the type of person that likes a very precise under eye. I talk about this all the time. I'm not the type of person that likes this. I feel like it looks a little messy. So I go in with some concealer and I just make a line. And this is a good brush. And I got this flat brush and I blend it outwards. And I kind of just set it in place. And then I slowly blend it down. Never blend up, only ever blend down. And again, you just go to the side. Now see, I would still like this closer to my line. So because I'm not a huge fan of this still, I'm gonna go right in here and add even more coverage. But it's better to add more later than add too much to begin with. Because you can't take away the stuff you add. Now when you get to the tail, you kind of want to blend it out. But when you get to the crease, you don't blend it. Now you take some of the remaining powder and just rub lightly across and out to blend it so the seam isn't as noticeable. But do you see? It looks a lot cleaner without being harsh, and it still has some of that smoke effect. The other thing I do is you take powder, just like foundation powder, the powder you set with. You take a little bit on a fluffy brush and you just blend right here where you try to fix the problem. So you're not like packing it on, you're just blending along that line. So you're still making sure to not spread the color. You're making it look more blended. I think that looks so much better. Now we're gonna do the other eye, but now that I made that mistake, you have to be more precise on this side. So you go in very, very light-handed and you try to follow and mimic the other side so you don't get it. You don't have to carve it out every time. I'm so sorry about my light again. I will be right back. Okay, I'm gonna finish off this makeup look now. I'm gonna use this guy, and it's like this jelly type eyeshadow, and it's super, super pretty. And it's by ColourPop, and I'm just, oh, it's dry. Hang on, I'll be right back. So I opened my eyeshadow and it was completely dry, so I added water to it, and it looks okay. I'm gonna try it, and I did a swatch and it looked pretty good. Surprisingly, like it held up really well. So I might have just saved that with water. It is from ColourPop. I'm putting on a glue base just in case, but basically like it's back to at least a semi-similar consistency. It was like a jelly product, and I didn't know you could revive it with water, but I did, and it feels about the same. Now I got some on my lashes. Uh-oh. That's probably a problem. Oh shoot. I think I got it. Okay. But yeah, I'm hoping that just adding that glue base will help it stick better. But it's pretty similar consistency because it was like a jelly, and look, when you touch it, it kind of rejects it. Which is very similar to how it originally was. But I really want to use this because it's a gorgeous, gorgeous peach shade. So I tried to save it, and I'm hoping it definitely takes longer to dry down than it did, but I'm gonna make sure I seal it nice and tight. See, that's what it looks like. I'll give you a quick swatch on my hand, just so you can see I'm not lying. It's pretty much rehydrated. I might have put a little bit too much water, but also maybe that's a good thing. But that's what it looks like. It's a little watery, like I said. I'd say it's more like a liquid shadow. But see, like that was, I didn't think what I took off was that much, but it goes quite a far ways. Let me see how far I can pull it until it starts to look kind of sheer. I don't know if I can go much farther than that, but look how long it is. That's pretty long pull. It's like this long. It's so pretty. That's why I'm devastated over it being dehydrated. But I literally just used water. I probably would have been better to use like a makeup remover, like a micellar water, or what are those things called? The binders I use for like powdered eyeshadows. But you know, for the fact that I just fixed that on the fly, it doesn't look that bad. I'm going to put a little bit of glitter glue on my finger and rub my two fingies together. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glitter glue in the inner corner. I'm just trying to make it a little sticky because I want to put some glitter, this glitter, in the inner corner. I'm gonna take a brush. If you're gentle, you can pick up some glitter and put it around your eye. I cannot tell you if this is eye safe glitter or not. I have no idea. But that's what it looks like. Oh shoot, the light went out again. Alright, well, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put on mascara. It's the Sky High mascara. And we'll finish off this video. I want to finish filming, so here's the final look. I think my foundation looks pretty good. I have some breaking up around my nose, but I usually do. But everything else looks pretty good. I don't see like any severe breaking anywhere. So I want to give you guys a little life update because I think it's important to share things with you guys. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, or at least try not to. My dog has been very, very sick recently, and so we took him to the doctors about 4 days ago, I think. And he stayed overnight for 2 nights, and then we picked him up yesterday. When we took him in to go to the doctors, we figured out he was a diabetic. We didn't know. He may have been borderline diabetic, and the shelter didn't realize because we've only had him for 8 months. He's an older dog. We got him because he was older, because we wanted to give him a happy rest of his life. And basically he is a diabetic, and so he was in DKA, and his blood sugar basically means his blood sugar was really high, like 700, and it makes you really sick when your blood sugar gets that high, and it's hard to bring you back down. But they got his blood sugar back down to normal levels, and he wasn't eating at all. They tried to force feed him, and it worked one day, but every other day after, they couldn't get him to eat. So he didn't eat anything the whole time he was there, but he was on an IV, so they were probably giving him nutrients through the IV. And he was also dehydrated, so they were making sure he got all the fluids he needed and got, wasn't dehydrated anymore. And we took him home, and he ate some food. It was the first time he's eaten in like 4 days, and so we were crying because you're so glad he finally ate something. And it was like, it doesn't matter, it was like dried duck jerky, but it's like meant for dogs, and that's the only thing he would eat, so we gave him quite a bit. And then today he was, my mom decided to take him on a car ride, and they went to go take him on the car ride, and he was in the car, and he was acting weird and like going all loopy, and then he laid down. It was really weird, and we never seen him do it, and so mom was worried that his blood sugar was low. And so basically we can't check his blood sugar because they say basically they don't want us to yet, because to spend the money to like get the prick if he's not gonna make it isn't worth the money, basically. So we brought him into the doctors, and they checked his blood sugar, and it was sky high again, which doesn't make sense because, again, he's barely eaten anything. And so they said there has to be another issue wrong with him, but they can't do anything else. They would have to send him to a hospital to get like ultrasounds, x-rays, and that could cost thousands and thousands of dollars to do, and we just don't have that kind of money. And so they basically said there's nothing else they can do for him, which means he probably won't make it. We decided not to put him down because they asked if we wanted to, but we refused, and they said he's not in any pain, and so we feel comfortable. Like, if he was in pain, we would have put him down if we had to, but he's not in pain. So he's at home, and we don't know how much longer he exactly has, but we're guessing the hospital said not much longer because he's not really eating. But we're still holding out hope because there's a chance he could improve, because we don't know like what the other problem could be because we haven't gotten him checked out, so there's a chance that there is nothing else wrong with him and it's just like a weird occurrence happening. But we're still holding out hope. but there's a pretty good chance he won't make it much longer. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry right now. But yeah, I know it's a hard thing to lose an animal. I've lost my dog 2 years ago. Actually almost 3, but like 2 or 3 years ago. And then my cat, these are my first ever pets I had. I lost a couple years back, I think like 5 years ago. And it's devastating because these pets we bring into your life and you want to give them all the love and life they can have left, but you know, eventually they don't live as long as us. They have to go, which is very sad, but I know they're waiting for you. Like, I'm not super religious, but I do believe, I used to believe in heaven, and I still kind of do to some extent. And I believe they're waiting for you on the other side to cross over with you. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about what's going on in my life. And so if there's not a video for a while, that's probably why. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Bye.